Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to the Virgo channel, especially if you're new. If you're new to the channel, anything of any importance in relevance to the channel you find in the description box below. You also need to know that I like to go a little bit deeper within my reading. So I look at the spiritual blocks and the karmic themes as well as what's happening in your relationship. We like to understand why certain things are happening in the relationship. This helps you to navigate the relationship better because we all have spiritual blocks and we all have triggers that come from those blocks. And when we're dealing with a soulmate, it's kind of their job on a spiritual level, why the divine has chosen this person to be your soul mate or soul partner, whether it's a karmic mate, they're all soulmates. They're divine relationships, and they're called that because they help us to evolve into the highest state of consciousness, to become the best version of ourselves, which is to get back to a place of unconditional love. So there's only two energies, love and fear. And when we have a spiritual block, we know because we have anxiety. And what comes from anxiety is a lot of negative thought patterns. And the problem with the negative thought patterns is that the behaviorisms and the habits are in alignment with those thought patterns, and they tend to play out as sabotaging behaviorism. So if you're someone that needs healing, or you're dealing with someone that needs healing, then this definitely is a channel for you. All right. Now, I always like to pull a card from my Psychic Soul Healing Oracle deck. Now, this deck comes with a workbook that has over 100 different shadow healing exercises. It teaches you how to do readings, and it also helps you deepen your meditation and reflection practices. But it has, like I said, over 100 different exercises for healing your shadow. Everything from reparenting exercises to reframing exercises to just affirmations to a lot of other different, like I said, spiritual techniques that are going to help you heal the effects of trauma, because trauma is not just held in the body as stress and what is creating our energy vibration to make us a magnet of who and what comes into our life, but it's also like I said, where our behaviorisms come, it keeps us blocked in a perception of limitation. So healing is about seeing different perceptions of your situation. So healing is a long process. It's a lifelong process. So to be able to do something at home on your own is very beneficial. Also, if you're someone that needs healing, check out my subscriptions. Everything is in the description box, the Patreon link, and then it'll take you to everything that you get. I have an awful lot of different types of healing subscriptions that don't just offer the readings, but like I said, the healings. And the healing is really important, and very rarely do we stay on course with it. But we have to. Remember, if you've been living from a certain state of consciousness for a certain amount of time, to change a behaviorism or habit, it's not an overnight thing. Healing doesn't feel good because we're going against what feels familiar. All right. Now, without further ado, the card that I just pulled is overstimulated. Overstimulated. And normally it takes a minute or two to tap in, but what I'm feeling is that you and your person both suffer from anxiety, like overstimulation. Too much thought, too much emotion is what creates overstimulation, especially when you're a highly sensitive person. Like I said, you're thinking so much, a lot of emotions, and a lot of those thoughts are negative. So that's what creates the overstimulation. So I'm feeling like you and your person both have spiritual blocks. your person especially, because tapping into their energy a lot. So again, you're going to write the word overstimulation, but that's the underlining energy also for your reading. And we're going to see how that plays out. Overstimulation. You deserve better than me. So like I said, this person does not feel good about themselves. And a lot of times when we grow up in an environment where we were taught that we weren't good enough or we didn't have enough, and that a lot of times understand, we inherit that from the families that we grow up into. We don't necessarily are told that verbally, we're told that by actions, by what we see. So if our parents have a hard time making money, then we feel we're going to have a hard time making money. And really what it is that our behaviorisms and our habits are the same. So feeling one of you has problems making money, and or it's not as easy, but you have a very easy time communicating. You're very expressive, you're very spiritual, you're very empathetic, you have an open heart, your higher chakras are open. And so the person that you're connected to, their chakras on the lower are closed, are open rather. So they're really grounded, they're good with money, they're very mental and logical, but their higher chakras aren't open. So their heart isn't as open as it should be. They're not very intuitive, and they don't really get the divine guidance. So I'm feeling like this is a twin flame relationship or a karmic relationship. It's an important one, is what I'm feeling. I can see myself with you in the future. See, your person, like I said, I'm feeling like this is a soul connection, and a twin flame relationship. Understand, is the unconditional love that makes people step into their true divine person, right? I mean, really, the individual that we're meant to be. So but what helps us do that is unconditional love. You're always on my mind. So I feel like this person tried to forget about you. They tried to put you out of their mind. They're very logical and linear. Remember, their heart is not as open. So they're usually able to get over things pretty fast, especially relationships. They tend to put their money into business and work and other things so that they don't really have to think about relationships. And they have a long line of bad relationships, which also makes it very easy for them not to think of relationships. But with you, it's like they don't have control and they don't feel safe. It's actually is overstimulating them now. And I feel like your person acted stupid. Like they didn't think that they were gonna fall this hard. They didn't think that they were gonna care. There was someone interfering in our relationship. I feel like it's because when your person lets people in, they really let people in. And because they're not good in relationships, they tend to not really close them out all the way properly. And then they are easily guilted. Your person is very highly sensitive. So they can be guilted, they can be manipulated because they feel what the other person feels and tends to take it on like it's their energy. And this is what you and them have in common. It makes this person feel inadequate. It makes this person feel weak. I'm also feeling like they were brought up in a family that they were told that they couldn't be sensitive. So this person might have even acted mean to you and not really meaning to be mean to you, but they're not balanced. They're not coming from their true sense of self. Destiny is taking us down different paths. So I was pretending to be someone else. See, so I feel like there's a sense that I feel like, if anything, you feel like destiny is taking you down another path, and I also feel like because they're procrastinating and they're taking such a long time, there's a sense that you feel like destiny is taking you guys down through two different paths, and this person is expecting you to say that. So And it's because they never really let you in close. Like you said, they were pretending to be someone that they weren't. I want a new beginning with you. I feel like their person's not really strong though. They're very wibbly wobbly. It's like it's not, meaning they're in, they're out. They they want it, they don't. And it's like I really feel like down deep inside they truly do want it, but it's like it's so overstimulating for them that I feel like you're going to be dealing with a lot of mixed messages. You're going to, again, but the telepathic bond is how you know it's a twin flame relationship. So this person, like I said, is not good in relationships at all. At all. So that, like I said, and it's because they try to control the relationship, they try to logic it, they try, because they're very good in business, they're not good in relationships. They have this deep spiritual bond with you. They've never experienced it before. They know that you're someone that's important to them, but they don't like the fact also that you feel everything and that you see everything. Like they can't hide anything from you. They feel so they can't pretend to be someone that they're not. They have to be real. And that's a problem. And that's also why sometimes they're like, do I really want this? Can I do this? I don't think that I can do this. There's a part of them that doesn't think that they can. And that's because when we have trauma, we're not developing those parts of ourselves, obviously. Those parts of ourselves become fragmented. We detach from them. And so what happens is that the person actually stays at the age of the trauma. They never evolve anymore. And they tend to recreate the same habits and behaviorisms that they did from that age. So if your person acts really immature, that's the reason why. And the problem there too is if there's trauma and we haven't developed parts of ourselves, we've actually rejected those parts of self because they're not working for us. And that's what has happened with your person. They haven't really developed themselves 100% because they're like, this sensitivity doesn't work. So I'm going to put it over here and live more from my persona, live more from the shadow aspect of myself. So, and the shadow aspect of self pretended to be someone that they're not, pretended to be very confident and they're not confident. And then you could feel them on top of it and they never had such deep relationships. So we can understand why this relationship would be majorly overstimulating for them. So we're just going to pull 2 cards from the soulmate twin flame relationship deck because we're like, well, what's the point of this relationship? And then also 1 card on how to deal with it. Because this person, like I said, soulmate twin flame relationships are not easy relationships. This is first of all, because the person's coming into your life to teach you, to help heal you. And they help heal you by triggering you, by showing you aspects of yourself, by making you feel not good. And a lot of times by their behavior and what you feel like this person's making me feel like I have to put up with. And like I said, this person has deep feelings for you, but they're not a deep person. I shouldn't say that they're not deep. It's that they can't handle their emotions without becoming overstimulated. I can't fully be there for you as long as this other person is in my life. I know it's hard for you, but I have to go through this experience in order to heal it. Yeah, they're still connected to like a karmic bond that they have given. Once they let people in their life, they give them too much time, give them too much energy, and then they don't know how to get out of it. But they have a telepathic bond with you, so that karmic is going nuts, is going crazy. That's really what I feel, that they're just going absolutely bonkers because their manipulative games usually work, especially with your person, because your person can walk away. I feel like they're connected to somebody that they don't even want to be in a relationship with. That person acts like they're in a relationship, but your person is someone that had flings left, right, and crazy, that they were never faithful to this person. But they were guilted. So they may have kids with this person. There may be some sort of tie, there's some weird obligation. And really, it's a karmic contract that your person needs to break, and they are not able to break it. This is what is really coming through, because it's like, this person knows you deserve better. They know it. And they also know that this separation is not fair, but that they inevitably feel like it's my fault, because by now I really should have came to you, talked to you about it. I should have like put the karmic where it was, but your person doesn't want to show their feelings. They don't want to be vulnerable. So I'm feeling like they were actually waiting for you to contact them, because again, their sensitivity, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do nothing, which is pretty much how you feel, like that this person there's such a strong telepathic bond, but they don't give you anything. And they're unrealistic, because there's a part of them that thinks that it's just going to work out because of that telepathic bond. And that's not right. And they also know that the karmic is manipulating them. And what you know now is that the karmic is manipulating you, and is purposely, because by the time this person actually comes to you, that you would be like, why did you make me wait? What's with the separation? See, your person never expected for that karmic to hold them up. And that's the thing. I'm kind of feeling like your person is friends now with a person that they dated at one time, and that person still wants to be with them. And your person knows it and hasn't 100% let them go, because it's like, well, if all else fails, I'll wind up with you kind of type deal. And now here you come along, and they're head over heels with you, and this is a twin flame relationship, but they have to rise up. This is my like alternate. We're gonna take the alternate, because which is our inner children need to come first. So there's a sense that your person needs to heal their inner child, or your person has children that with this karmic, and this is why they don't leave. So it's like, I need to stay here to take care of my child, and that's why they're making you wait. And it's because that karmic is playing every single game in the book and manipulating, you know, your person through the child, if they do have a child. Otherwise, your person is just connected to this karmic. And that happens when we give too much and we don't have anybody else in our life. We just work and then have a very small circle and don't really have any other passions in our life. And that's what it looks like that your person lived. They had work and they had this karmic, and then for fun, they dated other people. And the karmic cared, but they still knew that they were going to get everything. Now the karmic is terrified, because your person can't let go, and that's what they can feel. They're like, everything that they're doing isn't really working. So this is what's pretty much going on, and your person is a little bit procrastinating, saying, you know, like they know what they have to do. They're using their child, if they have a child right now, or again, they need to do their healing. They need to understand, they need to see why they would want to stay connected to somebody that's not fulfilling, why their self-esteem is where it is, because they're not going to get good results from it. And we're just going to pull one for you, actually two for you, because we have to say, well, this clearly was a karmic connection. And it was a karmic connection because your person still is, they're not stepping up. They're not doing anything. There's a telepathic bond. They know what they should do. They know that you're their person, but they need to close out one cycle before they actually enter into a new cycle. The thing is, they're not really even attached, but it's like a murkiness of, we're not really dating, but you're always here. And if your person doesn't feel comfortable just dating, even though they're not dating this person, they almost feel responsible, like guilted, manipulated, and possibly because they have children. So like I said, You have to see why your person needs to know why they choose to stay in a situation like this. And for you, it's all about being true to yourself. You know, when you're true to yourself, you're true to others. Your person's not true to themselves. They need to like stop, you know, being a people pleaser. This overstimulated energy reminds me of an unhealed healer, someone that get, you know, feels the need to fix. Like the karmic is someone that acts like a parent, someone that acts like they're in charge, someone that acts like they're confident, but it's your person that does everything for them. And that's how it's like this karmic thing. And if they have a child, like I said, it's going to be difficult to get out. And so what you know that is that you need to be true. And this person obviously needs to be true, but we'll ask why, what inner child healing wound do you need healing? Why would you attract someone that is emotionally not available and actually can't be here for you? This energy, this person couldn't be here. It's not that they didn't want to, but they're emotionally not available. They're not strong enough, and it really doesn't matter what the reason is. And your person will want you to make excuses for them, but you can't. It's like rage. I feel like you grew up in an environment where there was intimacy issues, there was trust issues. Intimacy is not just about sex, it's about being able to be raw, being able to be yourself, being able to be true to yourself. And I don't feel like you were able to do that. And the thing is, you were always expected to take less. And so when we go against our true self, the higher self, the God part of self, that part of self that knows what's right for us and what's wrong, well, then we do get rage. And when somebody doesn't treat us with respect, we do get rage because it's a root chakra imbalance. It's like this person didn't support you. So I feel like you grew up in an environment where you weren't supported. And not just that, you weren't supported because there were problems within your relationship. So it's like, here it is again, people are having problems in their environment and they still can't be there for you. They don't have their life together. So this is why this karmic theme played out within your life, that you need to clear the anger, and you really clear it by being true to yourself. And that means stepping into yourself. Well, the moment that this person wasn't giving you, really, Virgo, was the moment that you should have walked away, because they've been in and out, wobbly, like sending mixed messages. I mean, halfway through the reading, that's what I was saying. I said, they're in, they're out, they can't make up their mind, or they know that you are their person, but they're just not strong enough to do what they need to do. And what I see is by the time that they would do it, you would be in a totally different place. So that a lot of times is what a karmic need is, because in the end of the day, this person is going to suffer because they have feelings for you. It's not like there isn't, it's just they're choosing to stay stuck. I'm going to leave that there. Now, if you resonated with this message, Virgo, you let me know. Give me a like, again, comment, and you can write the word thankful in your comment bar, or you can actually write overstimulated. Either one I'll take, and I'll talk to you all soon. And happy Thanksgiving again. Good night.